Bum, 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 bum. Good afternoon, and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View. Sorry, I got caught up with a little bit of work stuff there. Let me just get all this closed down. There's been big news, big news coming out of Celtic this afternoon. Hence the reason that we are live at this unusual time of day. I wouldn't normally go live at this time of day, but I think that this is one that really needs spoken about. Obviously, if you remember last season, there was a big campaign for Not Another Penny. There were people who decided not to go to games. There were fans that were kept out of games. And you've got to say, the Celtic fans, when it matters, step up to the mark. Today, Celtic put out the following statement, and I think that this is unbelievable. Celtic FC is delighted to announce that season tickets for the 26-27 up and coming season have now completely sold out. Following another successful double winning season, we saw an outstanding 99.5% renewal rate from existing season ticket holders. That's surprising, considering there was a lot of people who were saying that they were giving up season tickets because of the Not Another Penny campaign and the way that Celtic were being run. It's crazy to think that there was less than 500 season tickets that became available for supporters on the season ticket waiting list. Unbelievable. In addition, we were pleased to offer the relocation of supporters, the opportunity of season ticket holders, with approximately 600 season ticket holders choosing to move to a new location within inside Celtic Park. Why is this important? Because the Green Brigade and the boys have been reunited. After years apart, after years after the boys were sent upstairs to the old singing section at Celtic Park for being naughty boys, and then they moved down to a corner where they didn't have a great view. They have been reunited in the standing section. The fact that over 600 fans have relocated around the stadium does suggest that that area has been taken up by the fans. And whereas a lot of the fans went that were in the standing section, if you're in the standing section, if you were in the standing section and you have moved, tell us where you've moved to. But anyway, Celtic then go on to say, thank you once again for your phenomenal support, which means that the boys will return next season in a bid to retain their title in front of a packed paradise. Yes, and the boys will be back in the upper tier of 111. So if the board want to ban all ultras, the downside of this going forward is that we could have, over the years when the board have decided to ban Green Brigade members, it's only been a section of the lower tier in the standing section. If the board now wish to ban all ultras for whatever misdemeanor that they may do, there will be a complete closure of the standing section by the looks of it. That's not a good look, and I hope it doesn't happen anytime soon. But that is the reality of the situation that Celtic fans may face going into the future. We look forward to welcoming you back through the turnstiles at Celtic Park for our first game in the new Premiership campaign against Dundee on Monday, the 3rd of August, the 7:30 kick-off. Wolf, tell me what you think about that then, because I didn't think that there would be a 99.5% uptake in season ticket renewal, where especially when you read some of this stuff online. It's crazy, isn't it? Let's jump into the comment section. Them that give up season tickets are easily replaced. Yes, they will be. No one was giving up their season ticket. Well, 500 did. 500 tickets have now went on to the supporters on the waiting list. A lot of fans were talking shite then, if this is the case. Looks like it. Because these fans talk absolute shite about giving up season tickets. Oh, it's all great news, isn't it? That makes sense, the atmosphere We'll give the boys a lift in games. Can't wait to see and hear the Green Brigade and the boys in the standing section. Will it make a difference to the rest of the stadium? Will we know now? Will it be at the Celtic end? Will it be back to? Will it be back to hearing sweetie rappers and crisp papers rustling and getting told to shut up if you stand up and sing? And if you are in that section that had the boys, if you're in and around that section, will the boys ultras be missed? And how do you feel that the atmosphere may be at that side of the stadium now that it looks like the boys have been moved over? There hasn't been confirmation yet, but by going by the numbers that Celtic put out, it looks like it has happened. Wait to hear and see the Green Brigade and the boys in the standing section. Can't wait for it. Michelle says, I wish I could believe what they say half the time, but I wouldn't be surprised if those figures are just exaggerated to make them look good. Negativity. None of that at this time of day. It's lunchtime. It's not too late to fix all this. There's 8 weeks until the transfer window closes. I really think that the World Cup is affecting signings, unless you want quantity over quality. Let's double check, because the last time that we checked how many transfers have went through, 26. Let's see how many transfers have went through. Oh, that's 26. No, not top transfers. That's La Liga. Where's just all the transfers? Let's go Europe. It gives us top transfers. There's the one that I had before that gave us all the transfers. All transfers. There we go. No, it's not that because there was 67 pages. That's just England, isn't it? Oh, it's 80 pages. It's increased. So, people saying that there hasn't been enough transfer activity around Europe and worldwide. There has been over the summer period already. Let's just to show you this. There's been 2,000 exactly. Aberdeen are even in there. They bought a player on a free transfer. Aberdeen. So even Aberdeen are getting in on the act. So there you go. There has been over 2,000 transfers this transfer window. So there's a lot of business getting done. It's just whether that these players, out of the 2,000 players, Celtic obviously think that there's players that are not worth the time and money when you come to it. But using the World Cup as an excuse isn't an excuse anymore. Not at all. So, yeah. And I don't think that unless you want quantity over quality, I would say that there's a lot of quality that isn't at the World Cup. A lot of younger players that would not make international teams that are in the Celtic price bracket. I mean, if we go back some of these pages, we've done this before. I mean, at the beginning, you're talking about transfers more recently. 30, 40 million. There's free transfers all over the place. 5 million, 5 million, 2 million. A left winger going to Mönchengladbach for 2 million. I mean, surely a Swedish winger. That you're saying there's a Swedish winger that's completely off the Celtic radar that's going to Mönchengladbach for 2 million quid. I would say that that's unbelievable if it is the case that Celtic didn't know about this guy, Hugo Bolin. Then again, with a name like that, Celtic wouldn't know it. They don't have much luck when it comes to cheap transfers and quick. But anyway, that is it. The big news today. Let's jump into some of the comments to see what you're saying. Paul Baird says the board will probably ban them before November. Mark my words. You know it. You ken it. I ken it. Even Patsy kens it. Oh, I love that old joke. The old Patsy kens it jokes. Younger ones will be like that. Who's Patsy kens it? I've been waiting 9 years for season tickets. Names on our list 4 times for the family. It's a joke. When you watch games, there are plenty of empty seats. It's unreal. The Green Brigade and the boys are angels, says Mark. They are. They're angels from above that sing with songs of joy. Vic, the season tickets. Where's the new players? What people say and what people do are completely different things. Paul Weir says the board, will be laughing their heads off, saying that we've got your money again. Yes, they will do. That's why I put laughing faces with the board on the front of the front of the thumbnail. What player has been signed by Scottish teams would you take? I've not really looked at any of the players that Scottish teams will. It's funny when you say things like that, because 6 months down the line, Celtic fans are like, "Oh, would you take him? Would you take that man Washi? Would you take Tawanda from Motherwell?" And before it, Celtic fans would have went, "Who? Who are they signing?" Just goes to show what we know as Celtic fans. As I said yesterday, it's only Celtic who find it hard to sign players because of the biscuit tin mentality. Gave my season ticket to the nephew, but he just signed for Dunfermline Youth, so I'll be using it if he's not. This is very true. That's good. That's he'll be working with Lenny in a year or so, let's hope. Duran looked faster version of Kyogo. Let's hope he is. Scouts are badly needed at the club. Surely there is some kind of scouting system. There's an update from Michelle. Celtic are preparing to put in an improved offer for Duran, around about 30% higher than their first bid. Their first bid was 900 grand. They only want 2 million. Just give them the 2 million, Celtic, and be done with it. As a fantastic bit of news this afternoon that Celtic are doing the exact same as what Celtic have done over the previous windows. Is you have a player that's worth £2 million and you say to the team, "No, thank you. We'll give you 70% less of your valuation." I'd love Celtic to try and buy houses for me over here. But anyway, that the big news this afternoon is the fact that Celtic have 99.9% sold out. There's a lot of news coming out. There's a lot of people talking down south that Celtic are making inroads on a certain youth player at Tottenham. And I take it you all seen Alistair Johnson's post. Well, people that don't have Twitter, because it's a very... I don't really go on Twitter, and I don't post a lot on Twitter. I go on just for shits and giggles now and again, and some of the odd weird comments. But Alistair Johnson said, "Learn my lesson today, never fly at Flying Frontier, even if it's the only direct flight available. Generally look for multi-stop red-eye flights before flying with them. I'm still not sure where my bags are, and I'm in the wrong city somehow." And then Celtic fans are saying that there's nothing wrong with his bags, they've just kidnapped them. How very reassuring for a Celtic player to think that Celtic fans are kidnapping your bags and holding them hostage so that you don't go anywhere. Anyway, that's just a quick news update from this afternoon. Celtic are preparing an improved offer for Duran, around 30% higher than their first bid. Apparently, Celtic are waiting on Ernest and are willing to pay 5 million. Release clause, we'll wait and see. Alfie Devine could be on his way to Celtic. I did say that this could be an interesting week. Martin O'Neill will want to try and get as many players as he can over to Portugal for the little week's training in that heat. By the way, Portugal is going to be absolutely boiling in the next week, Celtic. Just putting it out there. They reckon it could get to around about 45 degrees at the training camp. Anyway, that is me done and dusted. Have an absolutely fantastic day, Celtic fans, wherever you are, all around the world. And if there's any more breaking news, we will get on it straight away.